So I've got one of these portable AC units like most people do. They're convenient because they don't hang out your window. You know, they're storable, portable, but they're not very efficient. So they work by taking the air from your room and running it through the condenser and blowing the heat outside. So what that does is it creates a negative pressure inside the house because the air has to come from somewhere, right? So you're paying to run the machine, but yet you're sucking in hot air from outside because the air that's going out has to be replaced somehow. So it's coming through your window cracks, under your doors, through your vents in your bathroom. You know, so basically you're paying to heat the outside or to cool the outside, more or less. So what I've done here is I sort of modified mine a little bit. So I got to thinking, how can I make this more efficient? You know, I don't want to be sucking in air from outside. I want this to be as efficient as possible. This is just a 12K. It's really small, but you know, when power's 12 cents a kilowatt hour or more in the summertime, you don't want to be wasting efficiency. So I got to thinking, you know, how does like a car work or a heat pump work? Well, they, you know, run outside air over the condenser and then they plumb the refrigerant inside. Same thing like how a car works. Your condenser's on the outside, evaporator's inside the box. So I sort of kind of got an idea here. So in the back, we can see that's our evaporator. That's what makes the cold. And then inside this part of the box is where the condenser is. Now this is where the moisture accumulates. So this is the hose that blows the hot air out. So I got to thinking, well, why don't I just plumb some air from outside in? So I just went down to Home Depot and got one of these register ducts and some hosing I had laying around. And just, you know, these universal wall mounts, they usually have 2 holes in them. So I just stuck that hole out there. So what this does is when this is running, it's sucking air from outside through here and then back out. So there's no negative pressure inside the house, which means that my building is not sucking in air from outside to counteract that negative pressure. So I'm not sucking in hot air after I've, you know, paid money to cool it. So I don't know what the efficiency increase of this is. You know, I don't know, you know, how to calculate that exactly, but it makes a lot of sense from an efficiency perspective. So this is pretty easy. You can do this with, you know, I have another one that sometimes we use in the kids' rooms, just a small, it's a 5K, but you know, I've done basically the same thing. So I'm all about increasing efficiency, especially with how energy costs are. And so another thing that I actually do is I actually run mine off of the sun. So those are 325 watt panels. I've got a total of 10 of them. And when the sun is at the peak, when the AC is running, it actually basically runs for free off the sun using an inverter. But that's a video for a different topic, or topic for another video. So I just basically use a punch bowl over there, and I strap this old cup, I punched a hole to it, so this bowl will collect the moisture, and I just pour it out there in the garden. So yeah, increasing efficiency. You know, it's a little dusty. It's only been hot for a couple days here, so this is simple, easy, practical, and highly efficient.